Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you all for coming. And obviously, you know why you're here. You're here to honor Hazel Varella, the First Lady of the Easton Historical Society and Museum. Yay. There we go. Hazel's contributions to the society over the last 56 years and counting are too numerous to measure. So I'm not going to try to do that because we'd be here for about the next week. But I can say that if it weren't for Hazel, who's the heart and soul of the society, that we wouldn't be here today, nor would the society be here today. Others have come, made their contributions and gone, but the one consistent aspect of the society has been Hazel.
And I know the story of how this beautiful H.H. Richardson building was given to the Easton Historical Society through the efforts, quite frankly, of Hazel.
I had a meeting at my house in 1968, and the doorbell rang, and it was a local lawyer, and he said, "This is a key to the station, and we'll go in by the other door, and it's a gift." And so I had a flashlight, and Doug and Oliver did. So the 8 of us came who were at my meeting, and, here was really fascinating. And then we went upstairs, and again, we've got 2 cat flashlights. And what the story is that upstairs, there were cots on the floor because the last train on Saturdays ended here, and the conductor and the engineer slept upstairs. So there were cots up there, but there were also food remnants, that they had with them, and then the rats. So there were souvenirs from the rats too up there. So we basically had a major cleaning party. It probably took us about a month.
Hi, I'm Ed Hans, and I'm here to honor Hazel, who was my teacher way back in 1965-66. Actually, before that, I came to Easton in the 7th grade, and she was my 7th grade English teacher. So we go back a long way, much further than the 56 years she's been here at the Historical Society. But she and Buddy Worcester were the 2 teachers who got me interested in local history.
Well, Hazel was a teacher of mine, taught history in junior high school, and from there the start of the love of history begins. She was a great teacher, very personable, kind, friendly, down-to-earth teacher. So she really deserves this, and she's worked hard for the Historical Society and a lot of other organizations in town.
And I think for me personally, it's been a privilege to have worked with her over the last 25 or so years, even if she didn't give me an A in contemporary affairs.
I'm a history teacher, and basically I taught a course called Local History, and so obviously that's part of my responsibility is to encourage people to become more interested in Easton history, and I still do that.
There's one piece that I would tell you is very, very important to the society is the booklet she puts out every year, Reminiscences. And there's many, many stories in here, historical stories that she writes, and everybody in town writes some great, great stories.
Hazel really still is, as she said a few minutes ago, working on things even today. She had me write a article for this year's Reminiscences, which will be coming out later in the summer. So look for that, and look for next year's as well, I'm sure.
Basically, I had decided that I should publicize, if possible, more material about Easton. And so at the time that I got the key, I was probably on Reminiscence 1. And I'm now working on Reminiscence 14. There's one every year, and it's over 100 pages usually. So basically it's like a chapter in Easton's history every year.
She has been to me, a visionary. She's a historian. She's had an awful lot of great assistance going through the years. But this building has been a treasure, and quite frankly, it's through the efforts of Hazel. And so we all love her. She is the Historical Society as far as I'm concerned.
And today, we would like to honor her by dedicating this women's waiting room to her, so that from now on, this will be the Hazel Varella Women's Waiting Room.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for coming. And I think I want to share one thing with you, that in the year 2010, I realized that I was involved with a lot of organizations. And I decided that I really should just focus on one, not 5 or 6. And the decision was very quickly made in 2010 that the organization that I would try to work for as capably as I can is the Easton Historical Society. I'm very proud of all of you. I'm very pleased with how things are going. I might just mention that the year I made the decision, I was working on Reminiscence 1. I'm now on volume 14. So I am working. And again, I thank you all for coming, and I appreciate it.